Hey everyone, good news. This video is free. So y'all may have heard of No Spend November. And of course, there's different ways for this to play out. It's pretty hard to spend no money in life. So people kind of define their own parameters. For me, No Spend November meant that I wouldn't spend any money on entertainment except for gas. I was willing to drive to a friend's house, for example, and then hang out with them. I wouldn't spend any money going out to eat. And I tried to be mindful when it came to other purchases, like grocery shopping or what have you. And I think this had some value. It certainly brought more awareness to my world of where I spend money. In my case, it seems that food is my biggest culprit. I like to eat what I like to eat, and I can spend a lot of money there. So I gained that insight, and I think that certainly has value. But this wasn't my favorite challenge. I feel like when you get too into that adulting mentality, it can really suck a lot of the fun out of life. And when you judge every experience, or you turn it into like sort of pros and cons, like, yes, this will be, I don't know, X fun points, but it'll cost Y dollars. And then, you're no longer in the moment. And then if you're expecting great things, like, oh, well, I spent this money on this and now it disappointed me because it should have been really good because, I spent money on it. I guess what I'm saying is, when you really focus on savings, it can be kind of a lack mentality where it's like, okay, you ended up with more money, but you enjoyed what you had less. And I think that's a real risk that we all have to look out for. You can kind of make it a game, you can grocery shop and try to see how inexpensive you can make that process, or, what have you. Watch the numbers and find some fun there. But for me, it was kind of at odds with my inner child that doesn't want to play those kinds of games, wants to just be and explore and have fun and not be weighed down. So, we all have different amounts of privilege when it comes to how closely we have to watch our dollars, and we all have different degrees to which maybe we have unhealthy habits that we should try to keep in check. So it's hard for me to universally say that you will or won't benefit from a challenge like this. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. I think for me, like I say, I gained some insight from it, but I also saw some dangers, like, oh, holy crap, like the way I'm looking at the world now is it's just kind of bogging me down or keeping me from feeling as free and as light and as playful as I might if money wasn't always on the mind. This is one that I think is easy to obsess over or to ignore entirely. And it's probably hard for many people to find a balance where it's like, okay, I'm somewhat aware of money, but I'm not going to, quit being generous or quit doing things that I love, even if they're somewhat pricey. For me, that might be going to concerts or something, because some experiences just are really valuable, and it's maybe not so good to, again, always get stuck into this cost-benefit analysis mode that maybe sucks some joy out of life. So I'm giving it a 5 out of 10, but for some of you, it might be a 10 out of 10. So who can say? I invite you to give it a try. It doesn't have to be during the month of November. Obviously, that's just a gimmick to inspire, but try 30 days of limiting or paying more attention to your spending. Maybe see what you learn. Share with us all in the comments below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you back here in the next video.